We've seen some trades go down around the NBA, and the Chicago Bulls are still intact. No players have been moved. Really, they did just go ahead and pick up a new guy off the street, but they ain't did nothing. So the question on today's episode is, are the Chicago Bulls playing hardball? Do they really want to move players? Oh no, we got some things to discuss here so we can try to figure this out for ourselves. Y'all know we're gonna talk about it all, break it down, but you know you gotta hear the music first.
Cognac, gang.
Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I'm holding it down on today's daily episode. If you tuned in with me today, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell as well. And big shout out to y'all, man. This holiday season for me, at least, has been a fun one. So I'm hoping that y'all continue to have a great holiday season, whether you celebrate it or not. I'm just hoping that you enjoying some of these days that we get off, the days that we get to allow to spend time with our family, or just have some personal time just to sit on the couch, sip a drink, and watch football, basketball, whatever you want to do, a TV show, whatever. Happy holidays to y'all, and we wish y'all many, many great things as we get closer and closer to 2025. But let's get into the content. Now, look, if you was under a rock yesterday, you probably missed that. The Los Angeles Lakers made themselves a trade with D'Angelo Russell, sending him to the Nets, and then bringing on players for the Los Angeles Lakers in return, in the likes of Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton. So, when we consider that trade that the Lakers have made, one can probably assume that they ain't getting in no type of business with the Chicago Bulls. That's just what it looked like. And when we talk about that, we look at that, we say, damn, the Lakers, they actually needed a big. You couldn't get some of those second-round picks for Nikola Vucevic. I know at one point that the Chicago Bulls had that trading price for Nikola Vucevic as a first-round pick, but I'm just saying, is that too much of an asking price? We shall see. And then while we talking about the things that's happening with the Lakers and we considering, hey, Vucevic might be off the table for the Lakers, we got to consider some things that Joe Cowley has placed out there in regards to the Zach LaVine to the Denver Nuggets stuff. It's being reported by Joe Cowley that the talks between the Denver Nuggets and the Chicago Bulls have slowed down. He called it light momentum, pretty much saying that both teams put out fillers early in talks, but nothing has progressed since. We know that what came out of that and what kind of was the pushback to the consideration for that trade was the Chicago Bulls taking on the likes of a young player by the name of Zeke Naji. Nobody really wants to take on Zeke Naji, especially the Chicago Bulls, simply because he don't play over there in Denver, and they signed him to a 4-year contract. So now you telling me I got a guy, yes, the contract is on the low. We got to keep it a buck. The contract is on the low. But why do I want to hang on to a guy that I'm probably not going to play at all for a number of 3 years? You know what I'm saying? I know that could be some type of way that you can move him and try to see if he could develop and send him down and, give him some reps and see if he fits well with other players. You could absolutely go that way. But what's a push off? And rightfully so. You understand it from the Chicago Bulls perspective. Like, y'all don't even like this player. Why would I like this player? Y'all don't even play this player. How am I going to play this player? Y'all just gave him money. I don't want to give him money. You know what I'm saying? So you understand the tug and pull between both sides when it comes to that. Yes, there could be some type of agreement when it comes to Zach LaVine and Michael Porter Jr., but you want me to take on a guy that doesn't have an expiring contract. Your draft capital, what are you trying to give me to take on the contract of a Zeke Naji? Is it a first-round pick? Probably not, if talks have slowed down and there has been light momentum, as Joe Cowley put out there. You know what I'm saying? And then we heard other trade rumors. You know what I'm saying? The Phoenix Suns are looking for a big, maybe some type of thing to where there's a Nurkic and the Nikola Vucevic swap. We know that was something that was placed out there, but nothing really came out of that, and rightfully so, simply because These guys don't have much draft capital that they can offer the Chicago Bulls. I think the Suns, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I really believe the last time I checked, the Suns don't have their own first round pick until 2031. They can't give up a second round pick to 2026. That is not. And the second round picks that you can give me, you only got one in 2026. It's not really that moving for me if I was sitting at the YouTube GM helm that I am currently sitting at. I wouldn't really budge on a player for player trade just because you want me to get up off of them. You know what I'm saying? Just because you feel like Nikola Vucevic can help your team. Yusuf Nurkic, he's not terrible. But how does he help my team when Nikola Vucevic is playing like an all-star this season? And I understand that trade sometimes you're not going to get the caliber of player back, but you need to get the collection of items or assets back to kind of equate to the player that you're losing out on. There has to be some type of understanding with that. So nothing is moving in that regard. Another thing that we're hearing is out of Atlanta, they are reportedly looking for guard help. And one of those players that could potentially help that has been linked to the Atlanta Hawks is somebody of the by the name of Catfish. If you don't know the name of Catfish, you should join the live calls. It's a great time. But that character is Javon Carter. Catfish. Famously quoted by C-Dub. Now it's all over Bulls Nation. Catfish. That's the day. Javon Carter. Catfish. But nothing has really transpired or nothing has really been said other than the rumors and Javon Carter being linked to the Atlanta Hawks. So nothing has came out of that either. I'm pretty sure if you want to trade straight over with the Atlanta Hawks, you could definitely get a second for at least one of them for Javon Carter, especially with the way that the Atlanta Hawks are moving and looking this season. It's looking like they can be really, really trying to play for something meaningful. So maybe. So are the Chicago Bulls playing hardball? It appears so. We do know that some of these rumors are simply just rumors from beat writers around other teams that's just trying to spark some interest, probably light a fire under whoever the current GM is or the guy, the decision maker for whoever that organization is. We know that a lot of these are rumors, but we can at least explore the options that are available to us, and we can at least follow some of the things that have been reported to us. We like, hey, Chicago, you might want to look at this. You know what I mean? But then they could be playing hardball. I remember a point in time to where I believe this past offseason, when it came to Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic, there was a report that said that the asking price for these two players was too damn high. Then we came out and we heard that they are willing to not just, they don't necessarily need a first round pick for Nikola Vucevic. They'll be willing to take a couple seconds. So that kind of changed. That was some discussions that was going on. And if we're talking about the track record of Mark Eversley and AK, and matter of fact, where is Mark Eversley? Haven't seen the bastard in a while. Y'all let me know where he at. Let me know where he at. But anyway, I do remember a time where these guys in the front office sat on their hands and did jack shit when Lonzo Ball went down. Remember the year that he actually went down, the Chicago Bulls was supposed to go out there and be trying to scout the landscape and try to figure some things out so they can bring reinforcement to the team. They did nothing. They signed Tristan Thompson out of the buyout market. Then went on in the offseason. We wanted to stick with continuity. We believe in having some cohesiveness, some unity. We want this team to come together and see what they can do. Okay. You see how the season was going. January came around. February deadline came around. Chicago Bulls did nothing again in consecutive seasons. But this time, they didn't go get a Tristan Thompson. They went and got Pat Bev. So if we remember in history correctly, the Chicago Bulls could be absolutely playing hardball. But is there a side to where you're saying, damn, maybe the Chicago Bulls might be trying to stick with this iteration of the team? Maybe. And I know that's not going to make a lot of us happy. I know that's not going to make a lot of people who wants to embrace the tank. That's not going to make them happy. And rightfully so. Because the Bulls right now, yes, they are fun to watch. Don't get me wrong. But what is the vision? Can anybody answer that? What vision are we trying to paint? What picture are we trying to paint as the Chicago Bulls to say, hey, this is how we're going to improve and this is how we're going to become title contenders. I don't want to just be play-in contenders, playoff contenders. I want to be title contenders. Now, I'm not saying that the plan that they currently have in place is completely flawed, because though you are still developing young talent, your Kobe White, your Ayo Dosunmu's, Dalen Terry, Julian Phillips, the list goes on and on. You're still getting solid play out of the veterans that you do have on the team, and you're still accumulating wins to where you can start to not let the culture just fall over on this side as you're trying to hit that corner. You know what I'm saying? When you turn that corner to no. All right. But the point is that you understand, at least to some degree, why the Bulls are where they are right now. What we don't understand is, where are we going? Where are we going? Because I believe that the Chicago Bulls have some nice young pieces that they can work with for the foreseeable future. The Bulls, yeah, they got some assets in the bag. You know what I'm saying? They got some. But are you willing to hitch your wagon to Zach LaVine for the rest of his contract? That's another this year and another 2 years, 2026, 2027. That's a question you got to ask yourself. Do you want to leave Nikola Vucevic sticking around for a little bit longer? Will that hinder you? How much do you care about this top 10 pick is the question for the Chicago Bulls. And that's why it has me believing that they are absolutely playing hardball. They're playing hard to get, and they're trying to absolutely get the best deal that they absolutely can. And you should be trying to get the best deal that you absolutely can get. But how are you filling out these trades? How are you setting these trades up to where you can evaluate each trade and say, that's the one we going with? Are you just starting conversations and leaving those conversations alone? Because that's exactly what it sounds like in Joe Cowley's latest report in the Sun-Times. Light momentum with the Denver Nuggets. Okay, if you're really focused on moving Zach LaVine and you know that you have a suitor that's right there, you don't want Zeke Naji, what was the counter offer? I'm not saying we deserve to know, but was there a counter offer to say, hey, if we take this back, we need, you know what I'm saying? We need an additional pick, or we need additional reinforcements in some way, somehow, cash considerations. I don't know. But what was the counter? Because not a lot of people are drawing off of Zach LaVine right now. I think there are more people drawing off Nikola Vucevic, to be honest with you, but nobody's really drawing off Zach LaVine. At least that's what's been put out in the media. You know what I'm saying? And there are limited places to where Zach LaVine can go, in my opinion. But it has to be a team willing to do business with the Chicago Bulls. But if the Chicago Bulls are not doing business the right way and they just want to be hard asses all the time, you're not going to get nothing done. You know what I mean? So these guys have to come to terms and figure out what they want to do. Because right now, I do like this iteration of the Chicago Bulls. Is this an iteration that I believe is going to be successful for years and years to come? I'm still TBD on that. I like what I see, but I'm still TBD on what the vision is. I don't know. The Chicago Bulls got to help us paint out this vision. Right now, it seems like the outline is in the picture, but there's really not a lot of color. So they're going to have to figure that out. Let me know down below how you feeling. Do you feel like the Chicago Bulls are playing hardball? Do you feel like they're playing hard to get with some of the players that they absolutely should be at least looking to trade? Not saying you absolutely have to trade them, but you should be looking to trade them and seeing if there's an offer out there that makes sense. Otherwise, you'll just be where you are. You're at the 10th seed right now. Where are we going from there? We'll have to figure it out. Now, tonight, the Chicago Bulls, they face off versus the Charlotte Hornets at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's the Ball Bowl. But guess what? LaMelo popped up on the injury list. So we might not be getting the Ball Bowl. You know what I'm saying? The triple B. We might not get the triple Ball Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? In fact, it's crazy. I found out that these guys haven't played on the court against one another since 2021 due to Lonzo being hurt and sometimes being due to LaMelo being hurt. So I'm hoping that we can actually see both of these guys in action, maybe do some kumbaya and a little hug, you know what I'm saying, to show love to your bro. or whatever it is, and we match up and we go who. I think the Chicago Bulls have a very good chance moving forward with the way that their schedule is going, and I think that's it. I think that plays a part into what the Chicago Bulls are trying to see with this team, because it is being reported that the Chicago Bulls has the second easiest schedule remaining in the NBA. So I guess they trying to see what they can do with these young players, but we focus on tonight, man. We focus on the Hornets. We go ahead and we make sure we handle our business, and the Chicago Bulls can get another win in the win column. I ain't gonna lie to you. Me and C-Dub, we've been doing a lot of Bear stuff. While the Bears been driving us up a wall, causing headache. We ain't called the last few games. C-Dub made the return last game. We got the dub. Let's see if C-Dub can help us get this dub tonight, and if the Chicago Bulls come out to actually play. We shall see. But y'all ask me, y'all know how we put it on wax every time we talk about these games, and I got to make a prediction. I'm putting it on wax. The Chicago Bulls win by 10. Let's get it. Let me know your score predictions down below. Let me know how you guys are all feeling about the Chicago Bulls playing hardball right now. And we go ahead and chop it up in the comment box below. Go ahead and leave your feedback, comments, concerns down in that comment box. Go ahead. If you want to hit the mailbag and be a part of a mailbag episode, the lines are open and we'll get you in. The number to do so is 773-242-9219. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. And y'all already know we're going to catch y'all on the next one for sure.
Cognac. Gang.